What's up, everybody? We are two guys with two opinions, and today our topic is our childhood video game consoles, or your favorite ones as a child. A little you, a little me,
A little person.
a little person. Well, not like midgets or anything, but just like children. Okay, childhood. All right. So, what was your favorite video game console as a child? What did you have?
I had a Sega originally.
All right. Yes, I had a Sega too. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes,
Yes.
the original.
The original, the first one, yes. Did you know that Sonic was originally supposed to be a rabbit?
No, I did not.
It was true. He was originally drawn up and designed as a rabbit before he was later changed to be a hedgehog, which is strange because a rabbit would actually make more sense for him being fast.
But then the enemy would be a turtle, like Bowser.
Not necessarily. You could still beat robots.
I know, but I could see Eggman being Bowser instead.
I really couldn't see that Sonic battling against Bowser.
Rabbit Sonic battling against the Bowser.
And then Mario going up against Eggman. I mean, this would make more sense because I guess it's like animal versus animal and then human versus human.
Right. Eggman's more like the crap. What's his name?
I think Mario is more about animal cruelty.
Yeah.
Think about it. He kills turtles, uses their shells to kill other turtles.
And then the turtles come back to life to kill him.
Yeah, he's on shrooms all the time. That's what's going on there.
What do you think Luigi's trying to do the entire time? Trying to get his brother back on track.
No, Luigi's doing one with him.
That's means he's not trying to get his brother to stop because he wants them all.
No. And then Sonic, he's actually destroying the robots, which have encaptured animals. Because every time you destroy a robot, a little animal bounces free, and then at the end, you hit the little button thing, and the thing blows up.
Well, the way I see it is for Mario, Peach keeps running a different castle because Bowser's actually helping her get away from the abusive relationship of the drug-using Mario.
It sounds like they need an intervention.
Yeah, we should hold an intervention for him.
We should.
Next episode, Mario Intervention.
We'll see. Anyway, so my favorite, since you had Sega, I actually had Super Nintendo.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I remember having Super Mario World, and me and my dad actually played that a lot. We were the ones that were trying to get all the way to the end, and we actually discovered the whole like the star map and all that stuff, all the secret keys and the keyholes. We actually found that out before we ever, upgraded to having the internet and finding the different guides and stuff. So, I mean, him and I actually played this game day after day after day, figuring all this stuff out.
That's cool. I never used the internet for guides until maybe the PS2.
Yeah, I know.
Or, no, not the PS2, I'm sorry, the Xbox One.
I can't remember when I started using the computer for, like, cheat codes and stuff like that. But I do remember Nintendo 64 was, I think, one of the very first times. It was Super Mario 64 that me and my family actually bought the game guide, the paper game guide that showed you how to get all 120 stars, how to get up on the roof and meet Yoshi and get 100 lives and all that stuff, and how there's actually one painting on the second level. I can't remember what it was called, but it's the one where it's got the big spider, the green spider.
I know what you're talking about.
And apparently, if you jump towards the very bottom of that painting when you go into the level, the entire place has almost no water in it.
Yep.
But if you jump all the way to the top, it overfloods, and you can get into the village.
I did that one.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that until we read the guide and figured out how to do it.
I just jump a lot.
Yeah, I know. That was that, too. I also found a glitch as you're going up the spiral staircase. If you jump up against the wall, you go right through the ceiling and you climb up.
Yep. Did you know that Yoshi was originally supposed to be in the game as a playable character, but they couldn't do it? And plus, I think his brother Luigi was supposed to be in there as well. But they ended up putting him in the Nintendo DS version.
Yeah.
Side fact, Yoshi was supposed to be a playable character in the first Mario game for the original Nintendo.
I will tell you, though, Yoshi is the most overpicked character when it comes to Mario Kart 64.
Yes, it is.
Most overpicked character. That's why I made a rule that if anybody's ever here during a party getting drunk and we play Super Mario 64, if you pick Yoshi, you have to talk like Yoshi the entire time you're playing.
If you're going to do that, you have to make him... If they pick Peach, you have to talk early.
No. If anybody picks Peach, Everybody has to make fun of that person for everything that they do in that game.
What about Daisy?
Daisy's not in Mario 64.
I don't know. I'm just saying if you played one of the ones that has Daisy in it.
But I don't... Dude, Mario 64 is the way to go.
True. It's better.
If you're to pick Daisy, the same rules apply.
Okay.
I'm talking about the Mario 64 go-kart version.
Trey Bones wasn't in that one, was he?
Who?
Trey Bones?
No.
I didn't think he was.
No. The characters in... Because Mario Kart 64 was the one after Super Mario Kart, which was on Super Nintendo.
Okay.
So the characters in that one was Mario, Luigi, Bowser, DK. They had Yoshi. They had Wario.
Waluigi?
No, they didn't have Waluigi. He was
Okay.
not in it. I don't even think he existed yet.
Okay.
They had Toadstool, Princess Peach, Bowser. I think I said Bowser.
Yeah, he did.
I said Bowser twice. I think
Two
that's-
Bowsers.
I
For the price
think
of
that's
one.
all. I think that's all the characters that they have.
Okay.
Those are all the characters. It's all the basic characters that everybody knows.
That's the only ones you need.
Yeah, really.
So, randomly, what is the story with War Mario? Wario and them.
I have no idea. I actually don't know that much about the whole Mario series.
I don't either. I played the games and I've never found anything about them in them.
Really, N64 was the last console I actually got. I mean, I have Nintendo GameCube and I have played the Wii. But
But
I
not
have
that.
GameCube now, but I didn't have it back when it was actually popular and all that other stuff.
Now you see, you stick with Nintendo and like Xbox and stuff. All I played most of my life was PlayStation.
No, I played PS2. I played the shit out of PS2.
Mine was Final Fantasy from 7 up.
See, I think Final Fantasy VII was the first one that I played. I played a couple of the other ones. Final Fantasy 13 is actually the only Final Fantasy game I've actually completed. I've never completed 7.
They were harder before, weren't
I know.
they?
I was never the big RPG guy.
I
I always get to a point where I don't power level and I just keep getting killed over and over and I can't advance.
My problem is I powered level too much and I didn't get enough items.
See, I went to... there was a part in Final Fantasy VII that I just got stuck at. And I had no idea where to go and I just gave up. I may still have the save file if I can find the card.
One time I used the Game Shark I had for the PlayStation 2 or PS1, I'm sorry, and used it to get the hero potion in number 8 just to beat the sorceress after Edna.
See, I don't even know what you're talking about.
I also used it for 7 after I beat it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so out of every video game console that you've ever owned, not counting games, but just the console themselves, what would be your favorite?
My favorite,
And why?
PS2.
And why?
Because it's the most durable thing I've ever owned. I've thrown that thing, smashed that thing, spilled that thing, everything, and it still runs.
I dropped a TV on my PlayStation 1 once. A tube TV, one of the big heavy ones.
Actually, I take that back. For durability, I'd go with the Xbox One because I ripped the cover off, like literally just ripped and threw the cover, and it still runs.
Yeah, that's just casing though. I'm talking actually it wasn't a tube TV that I owned, it was one of the flat screen plasma TVs. One of the ones that takes like 4 guys to carry it.
That's lovely.
Yeah, I dropped one of those on top of it.
And the
And
laser,
it would turn on, but it wouldn't play any discs. I couldn't figure out why. And so the story goes, that happened, and my parents freaked out because actually I didn't own the thing at the time. It was actually being borrowed from friends of ours. So me and my dad went to Target, bought a new one because they were still being sold and everything then. And what we did is we replaced the computer part. We took the old top tray and put it on the new one,
Mhm.
and then brought the old one back, the one that we just bought with the old computer in it, back in and my dad was like, "Oh, my wife just found one at a cheaper price at a yard sale, so there you go." We went home, plugged it back in. Damn thing still would not play any games. Couldn't figure out why. Finally, I figured out why. When you close the tray, it pushes a button to let it know the tray is closed. You can play the game now.
yeah.
When I dropped the TV, the little pin that was pushing down the button was bent,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't push it down. So we just took a pair of pliers, bent it back, and it worked just fine. So durability, I could say it's pretty good. I mean, the N64 is the same way. You drop a TV or anything on all these new consoles, it's done. You drop a TV on an N64, it's like, pfft,
like, nah.
whatever.
For the PlayStation 2, everybody kept complaining to me at my job saying that, oh, the laser went out. The laser went out. I have to buy a new laser, and that's too much. I'll just get a new one. Or go to a different system.
Mm.
All you have to do is clean it, just blow in it, and it works fine.
Yeah, people are too afraid of the damn thing.
And, like, the old Super Nintendo, or not Super Nintendo, but retro Nintendo games, how you'd always just blow in the cartridge to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
That actually degrades the cartridge. It does nothing for it.
Actually, blowing into it will actually blow the dust off. It's using alcoholic tips
Yeah.
that'll degrade it.
No, I heard your slap degrades it now. They said.
Not as badly.
Oh.
It's just because there's a little bit of acidity in your slime.
Why don't you just take a microfiber cloth and go, meow?
That could actually work. That's something you can do. It's just kind of
I
hard
just,
to get in
I
there.
just go like this for now on.
And you can use alcohol-tipped swabs.
Yeah.
Just don't use them very often, and make sure you blow on it to dry it out quickly.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will erode it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's fine. Plus, you got the original Xboxes, the Xbox 360s with the red ring of death.
What about the PS3s with the yellow ring of death?
I have no idea.
Same problem, overheating.
Yeah.
They marketed it because nobody knew about it.
See, you never really had to worry about technological difficulties with the older consoles.
No.
They were just too good.
Now with that PS4 and the Xbox One,
Everything's so delicate.
but think about it.
It's
If
like a flower.
they don't longer have red ring or yellow ring, what are they gonna have? Blue ring?
Who knows?
Or it's not gonna do anything. It's just gonna show like a gray screen. The new thing, gray screen of death.
And the damn thing to just catch on fire and just burn itself to the ground.
Why don't you buy a dish DirecTV or DirecTV box and say, "Hey, this is your new Xbox," and take a PS4 and say, "Here's a GameFly subscription and a computer."
Mm-hmm. I'd have to say probably my favorite childhood system was probably the Atari.
Atari.
Because I remember when I had that was a long time ago. My dad had finally afforded one. And that was his game. Me and my mom would always play Pong on it. And my dad would always play Centipede.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is a master Centipede player. He's the type of person that could put 4 quarters in the machine, or however many quarters it takes, or whatever, you know what I mean?
Back then, probably one.
Probably just 1 quarter, or 50 cents, or something like that. But he play on the arcade machines with the ball, and he can get his score to like all 9s to where the score resets itself.
Mm-hmm.
He's done it before, and he's done it multiple times. He did it once when he was a kid, from what he's telling me. He did it once. Went to 999 or whatever, and it reset itself, and he couldn't put his name on the high scores. So he went back, did it again, and got his score just before it went all 9s, and then just let himself die. Just so he could put himself on the top score. And I believe him because we go to Dave & Buster's where they use those game cards. I give him one swipe, come back an hour later, he's still playing on the same swipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I definitely prefer the old school games to the new school games. I mean, we've had a few good ones here and there recently.
No core to them though.
Yeah, there's just they don't have the same.
Gumption.
I don't know what it is. They just don't have the same appeal to them
No, because it's
as the games
modernized.
back then do.
It's like movies.
I think it's because back then everything was an original idea. They don't have original ideas anymore.
Plus, if you notice, there is less cussing, less sex, less everything that's popular now.
No. They make games a little too cinematic instead of more fun.
Right. They're not as playable or enjoyable. It's all about... They're trying to say it's all about the story, but they're not doing it for the story. They're doing it for the mechanics. They're all about mechanics now.
Last of Us was great, though.
It's still harder than fuck.
I loved it. Anyway, this has been two guys with two opinions. Give us another topic to talk about. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be video games. You can just put down a random topic.
Pie, even.
Just put down a noun. Person, place, or thing. I don't care. We'll talk about it. Doesn't matter. See you in the next video.
Bye.
Have a good day.